Bojvich. But this time, the dragon was family resolved to win. Its soldiers were more and more decisively overcoming Serbian front, which was most suffering from a lack of artillery ammunition. Fatigue came upon Serbian soldiers and also a lack of basic facilities. At one point, the morale started to oscillate. Serbian front, pressed with these adversities, slowly started to disperse. Oskar Pačorek is getting the chance to get revenge for the humiliating defeat, which happened only 3 months before, in the Battle of Srpske. On November the 6th, Austro-Hungarian troops entered the capital of Kingdom of Serbia, Belgrade. Although the capital city was not defended and covered with strategic plan of Serbian Defense Command, nevertheless it had the effect on the Serbian army, as well as on the Allies and Central Powers. Belgrade is in the hands of the Austro-Hungarians, and they are arranging a victorious military parade through the city. Front, which was held by the 1st Serbian Army, was more and more holding off, and the army itself is in the front of defeat. The world expects soon fall of the Serbian kingdom into the Austrian hands. But soon will come a replacement on the head of the 1st Serbian Army. On November the 15th, on the place of the commander of the 1st Army, instead of General Bojvich, comes General Misic. At the very war stage, General Misic comes on December the 3rd, to take over the army, intended for the defeat. General Misic took the very last steps, with hope that something will change. He is shorting out a front line. He also gave some time to rest to the soldiers, and fed them. He then put them at the front of a dramatic choice, slavery under Jerry, or fight to the last man. The situation was devastating. Serbian army needed additional forces. Among them, there were famous 1,300 corporals, young men, which were, as officers with unfinished education, sent directly to the Kolubara front after they all received a corporal rank. 1,300 corporals is a symbol of sacrificing for the freedom of your own country and nation, because they were, mainly, beardless young men, who have consciously went to fight. A large part of those uncompleted officers were killed on the Kolubara battlefield, but the young Serbian soldiers showed among the best and bravest soldiers, and they injected a great dose of moral and strength to the Serbian army, and had a great impact on glorious victory that will follow. At decisive moment, the required artillery ammunition, sent by the French, came from Greece. Restructured, partly nourished and rested, the Serbian army performed sudden counterattack, west of the town of Gornji Milanovac. By order of Chief of Staff Serbian commands Radomir Putnik, armies under Duke Stupa Stepanović and General Pavle also started their decisive offensive. Reports from the battlefield at once started to get another look. Enemy Austrian army started to deviate, and violent Serbian counterattack made that the big amount of facilities fall into the Serbian hands on the various locations. The situation developed very good, and soon was proved that genius Misic's reorganization of the Serbian army gave a great results, because the enemy started to withdraw on the whole front line. In the brilliant Serbian progress, Belgrade was liberated on December 16, only 13 days after General Misic entered into the Kolubara battle scene. One of the Austrian soldiers wrote in his diary,
"We were not able to even imagine that Serbs were behind our heels. On the ravines, there are many dead horses, scattered goods, clothes, harness, cans. We are running in panic, printing and rolling on the bridge, pushing and jostling. Jolt and disorder cannot be described."
With these traits, Misic made one of the greatest achievements of the Serbian war history, because he managed to transform an army in the front of total defeat into a victorious army for a short time, and made that the world remains stunned on Serbian military cleverness one more time. Battle of Kolubara, whose winner was after elevated in the rank of Duke, did that Serbia got all the respect from the enemy and from the Allies, who were now able to strongly count on Serbian military power. Furthermore, the importance of Kolubara victory is the fact that the Kingdom of Italy decided to go with the Entente, and Bulgaria, which was doubting whether to take the side of the Central Forces or not, did not make any decision. Price of Kolubara victory was very high. Serbian army in it lost more than 20,000 soldiers, as opposed to 28,000 of killed Austrian soldiers. Serbian army had a total of 150,000 soldiers expelled out of the formation, but the Serbian army managed to captive 140 pieces of artillery, 60,000 rifles, between 3 and 4,000 vehicles, more than 4,000 horses, and the total number of Austro-Hungarian officers, corporals and soldiers which were expelled in the Battle of Kolubara, out of the formation, was over the number of 270,000. Chief of Staff Serbian commands Radomir Putnik only could say to that.
In this battle, the enemy is beaten, distracted, defeated and definitely bundled out of the Serbian territory.
In German military circles, is assessed that the backbone of Serbian army is an impeccably trained and high morale-inspired officers. For the Serbian soldier was established that he is the best in the defense when he fights stubborn, active and successful. The elite part of the Serbian army is, according to the German, artillery, which consists from superbly trained and most intelligent officer structure. As the most capable Serbian commander was seen the General Živojin. German press says that Serbia has resurrected from Kosovo field, and that victory of Kolubara is going to be a source from which she will scoop a strength only for the biggest victories through whole upcoming century. French General Joseph Zafra told about battles of Sur and Kolubara.
Delicate maneuvers on Sur and Kolubara, led with safe judging, with the freedom of spirit and strength that exhibit mastery of the Serbian command, deserve to take great place in our strategic studies.
Kolubara battle is only one from the many great Serbian victories to be examined on the prestige world military universities. Emil Oman, Sorbonne professor, at June the 28th. The year is 1915. He begins one of his lecture with words.
What godmother gave this state so much energy that as soon